Has 2021 in it, so nothing major.
So you're calling them ready?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Paniagua.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have items 19 and 20, and they are both ready.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, not that, not the short.
Counselor Geathers is not here. Who's on his committee? Okay, go for it.
Thank you, President Hudson. Councilor Geathers has items 22,
No, 21.
or 21 through 33, and those are all ready, Madam Clerk.
32 is gonna get withdrawn, Councilor.
We're going to withdraw 32.
We don't need that. And item 33 was withdrawn.
Okay, so everything is ready except for 32 is
Withdraw
withdrawn.
32. Thank you.
Okay, and we keep on moving. Counselor Hogan.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have items 34 through 37. They are all ready, too.
34 that small sign, the two signs was added to that, Councilor.
What's that?
Added the two small signs that Director
This is on 35?
Shaw was mentioned, yes,
This is 35 or 34?
34.
34. Okay.
They requested 3 signs, right?
Huh?
There was a request for 3 signs?
That was 35, they
Oh, no, that's
requested
for the
3
other
wall
one.
signs.
Okay.
For
So-
two small signs.
Yeah, oh, and 34, you're correct. Okay, 34. Yes, they're all ready.
All of them are ready. All righty, Counselor Hogan and Jones Rouser.
Thank you, President Hudson. I have item 38 that will be held pending the meeting on March 13th, the
Thank
public
you.
hearing.
Yes, public hearing, March 13th at 5:30 PM. Counselor Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 39 through 44, and I'd like Commissioner OJ to step forward on item 39, please. No, I'm not.
Counselor Matt OJ, Commissioner of Assessment.
Thank you, Commissioner. Since last week, I've been thinking about the $550, the present value, future value. We've had 3.2% increase in the CPI. That's a 100-year average. If we apply that to the 15-year term, by the time we get 15 years out, if we factor in inflation, we would be looking at $882. Basically, 15 years from now, that represents 60% less value than we will currently be getting out of the $550 payment. Could you just tell a little bit of background about how we settled on that $550 value, and if there is anywhere to go with that?
Oh, to the latter, I think there's a short answer. I'll give the long one on the front end. I think this came about years ago to both help the developers and help city finance in particular. The law authorizes 10% of gross revenues, less utilities, which is something that I think these development teams can report on every year. Whether or not any of us wants to trust their financial reporting is a different question for a different day. But city finance going through those documents at the end of every year and calculating what the liability should be based on that is really onerous at a time when they just don't have the capacity to go sorting through somebody else's financials and applying a liability. And it also doesn't allow them to predict very well what our revenues are going to be for those shelter rent properties, of which I think we've got 106 right now on the roll. I don't know exactly how that per unit figure was landed on, but my sense is that was roughly pretty close to what the liability would be at whatever time we decided on this. I think it was the last administration. That's come up a little bit over the years. We were at 500 a unit when I started. We inched it up to 525 on a couple of properties in 21, and now across the board, we're asking 550 of every developer.
Do you think the 550 is a fair value for the city?
I think in 2024, it's terrific. I think in 2039, you've done the math. We're going to be in a different world. But nobody could underwrite to that right now. I appreciate the sentiment behind it. I'm certainly all for foresight and holding all property owners to account with respect to equity on the roll, not shifting more of the burden to the rest of us. But in this case, I'm not sure there's a more elegant way to do it than where we've landed.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks.
Madam President, all items are ready.
Thank you, sir. Counselor Monto.
Thank you, President Hudson. I will call 45 ready pending the 1 o'clock public hearing.
Okay, and that will be it. So I would like a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second? All in favor? Aye. All right, see you at 1. That just came up.